In the last couple of weeks I've been thinking a lot about discipline, because I think it's something I've kind of let slip a bit recently. I know this because two important things are no longer really lining up, and that is what I intend to get done in a period of time and what I actually get done in a period of time. I'm kind of sick of getting to the end of a day or a week with the phrase wasted potential rattling around my mind, you know? So when I heard about Roberto Salinas, a documentary filmmaker who's been working in an environment of intense dedication and discipline, I thought, let's get in touch and see if I can follow him around with a camera for a bit to see what we can learn about work ethic. That meant flying to Miami, Florida, where they were filming. Here's what happened. When I arrived in the evening, I didn't really know what to expect. I only had a few texts to let me know what the filming plan was, but fortunately, the kind people I was staying with let me borrow a bike. So the next morning, I cycled through the Florida heat to meet Roberto at the Harrod Conservatory, a training school for gifted young dancers. Over the past 4 years, Roberto has been telling the coming-of-age story of a young dancer called Alexis as he pursues his education in ballet. I wasn't there for long before I started to see some patience and discipline. We didn't eat lunch until 3 since we were filming through lunchtime, and we just kept going, following this guy from class to class. I ended up asking whether their goal is just to film absolutely everything that happens.
You don't want to come to the editing room with hundreds and hundreds of hours of footage that is not good, not useful. But at the same time, you never know when something good can happen. So yeah, I mean, you have to ponderate and evaluate and decide when is best average number of hours for a good doc, between 100 150 hours, for a 90-minute or 60-minute documentary.
We kept going into the evening, and one of the things that really stood out to me is when we were filming while he was having dinner on his birthday. After a while I started to wonder just how valuable the footage that Roberto was shooting would actually be. But then Alexis got a video call from his family to say happy birthday, and it was such an authentic, lovely moment that I could really see why they were waiting. We left very shortly after that. But of course, giving 100% isn't just about putting the hours in, it's about making the most out of every situation. And I couldn't help but notice that over the time I was on set, Roberto always took the time to chat with the teachers at the school, reassuring them, answering their questions, laughing and making friends with them. It makes me think of the way I speak to clients or people we're trying to book a location from, actors even. A little bit of friendliness and humanity can go a really long way, rather than just going in to get the shot and leave straight away. It's really reminded me to expand what I think of as a disciplined, hard-working filmmaker. You know, sure, it's great to learn things and to practice and to put in the time on set, but also it's worth investing in relationships and making sure that you know when to small talk, when to joke. Now, for the whole time I was there, I was filming them while they filmed, so I couldn't help but compare their process to mine. I've noticed that I'm so keen to avoid intruding on the situation that I often hang back or don't ask for what I need. And I did it on this shoot too, you know. I could have got an interview with Alexis the dancer, I could have got an interview with the other shooter, Alessandro, and I really should have taken the time to give Roberto a mic before we did our casual little interviews. And that's the thing, I even told Sennheiser that I'd use this radio mic, the Evolution Series G4 from Sennheiser. I told them I'd use it, and yet I spent most of my time just using the built-in mic on the camera. But it does mean that when I did use the mic, you can really hear the difference in quality.
But that's not like a handbook. It's something that you sort of like have to, because it depends from person to person. You know, so it's all about getting to know the people.
In fact, that was the perfect time to use the mic actually, because with it being wireless, it meant that I could capture this little conversation between Roberto and one of the teachers.
It looks like everything comes easy for him, and I know it's not, but I need to see it on camera.
If he gives me a reason,
yeah,
he will be there. I'm not going to hold back. I never hold back.
Yeah, that's great.
It's better to be real than...
Absolutely. Yeah.
Now Roberto did say I could include that conversation in this video, and I'm really glad, because to me it's fascinating to see how documentary filmmakers guide the story without actually intruding. That's not an easy line to walk. For me, this trip was an excellent chance to see what discipline looks like. And not just from the filmmakers, but also the dancers. I know that I don't want to be a workaholic, but there's a fine line between having freedom and flexibility with your time and just completely losing your discipline. When I am working, I want to be going all in, able to work hard regardless of whether I feel like it in that moment and get done what needs to get done. I think Roberto sums it up nicely.
For me, it's not about the movie, it's about making the movie. Like, consider this project, for example, I didn't really know a lot about ballet 4 years ago. Now, I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I spent a lot of time with dancers in ballet institutions, learning about dance and learning about ballet and stuff like that. Who would have thought, you know? And this is one project I've done many. Those are experiences that will stay with me, no matter how the actual film actually turned out. Even every job is stuff can be tough, you know, can be demanding, tiring and stuff, but if you like doing it, you enjoy doing it, at the end of the day, like, you know, you're satisfied. I don't really like the spotlight. There's a lot of people who, you know, dies for the moment where they can come on stage, you know. I really like doing this. I like, you know, traveling, shooting. That's what I really like to do. Yeah.
So thanks to Sennheiser for supporting this video with their Evolution G4 series radio mic, and to everyone at IndieCat Productions as well as Harrod Conservatory for their involvement with this video that turned out to be a bit of a wake-up call. Yeah, it's time to get focused and to bring back the discipline. I'll see you next time.